I didn't expect this. Yeah, what I loved, man. Yeah, they proved me right, man. They did it. Chelsea. That's what I loved right there. They did it. They had an infusion of youth and experience. Thiago Silva and Jorginho were monsters out there. They carried out the plan beautifully. We did it. We N'Golo Kante was dude. He was back to Leicester form. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I thought. Did you see that pass when he? I mean, well, not that pass. That shot when he ran with Havertz the freaking length of the field and ran past like two Real Madrid players to get there. It was ridiculous. It was nuts.
It shows how dynamic Chelsea's midfield is compared to Real Madrid's. And when you have a guy like N'Golo Kante, you have a big advantage.
Yeah, and we could have put like I know you said this earlier, but we could have put four or five past them because the finishing's there. That's the story of these years that we're creating a bunch and not putting it to the sword, and that's why they want a number nine in the summer. But oh my God, it was just a culmination of the whole Tusha era there that second leg because Christian Pulisic coming on, changing the game, passing it to Mason Mount in the closing stages. Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger, someone who was a castaway during the Frank Lampard days, with Aspilicueta and Ben Chilwell, the new signing, clean sheet. Oh my God, it was just such a proud moment to be a Chelsea fan because we really beat the socks off Real Madrid. And something I will say, oh, I forgot. This is something I said definitely forgot from the one thing I did hate from not having this was the fans not being in the
Yeah,
stadiums. Because,
yeah.
dude, if Stamford Bridge was packed, holy shit, that place would have been jumping. Like, are you serious? If Mason Mount scored in the 84th minute to a packed house, forget it. That place would have been going nuts. Like the fans would have been running on the field. So, man, that's if I could take that back, that answer whatever the hell I said, but yeah, man. What I loved was my team is coming together. We're here. We're in the Champions League final, and we're definitely underdogs, but ain't nobody can sell us anything now.
Not necessarily huge underdogs, I'll tell you that. It's very even. It's a
No,
very
I want
even.
to be underdog.
Okay, yeah, I know, but someone has to say, someone had to say it. So, yeah, it's dude, I think calling you a slight underdog is a massive compliment because again, compare this team to what you were seeing in November. You weren't thinking about a Champions League final. You were thinking about cracking top four and then maybe beating Atletico. Well, you didn't know you were facing Atletico back in November, but you were thinking of finishing top four. That like and maybe getting an FA Cup, something like that. Now you're in the FA Cup final. You're pretty likely to finish top four in the Premier League, and you're gonna play the Champions League final. This is a completely different team. This is a very different team. And a team that plays really good. A team that is impossible to play against. So that's why I don't think Chelsea's as big of an underdog. But I get it. I understand. Uh, Sometimes that, well, for the most part, when you're an underdog and you win, it's that much sweeter. So I'll give you that one, Chris. I'll give you that one.
I don't know, man. Pep Guardiola is so scary. Like his teams are so his teams are so like robotic. Like they be scoring like 3-4 a game. I mean, I know they didn't put 3-4 past PSG, but they just look at how they made them look. Like they're just so good. So it's like it's even as a Chelsea fan, like I know my heart is gonna tell me, yeah, we're gonna win this final, but my brain is like, yeah, we're definitely underdogs because look at them. Like they also, I know we have a blend of experience and youth, but Phil Foden, I know we have Mason Mount, but Phil Foden can say anything just like Mason Mount right now. Like they look amazing. So it's just gonna be a great game, and that's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, man, they're scary. They're definitely scary.
Well, that's a perfect segue into what I'm about to say. What I loved was Manchester City because a lot of the reasons that you mentioned already. Pep Guardiola, one of my favorite managers of all time. Those first 45 minutes in the first leg were a little shaky. Let's be honest. We thought that maybe we were gonna be right, but then they capitalized on those mistakes from Keylor Navas and in the free kick when Kimpembe and Paredes opened up in the wall. Why are you standing in the wall if you're gonna open up and let the ball pass right by you? That's a different story. But what Manchester City does with the false nine is a thing of absolute beauty.
Yeah,
they're very deceiving. They don't have a real reference up top. They don't have one. And what do you do when you're a defender? You can't do anything because you're like, okay, I'm gonna mark Kevin De Bruyne because he's the one that is being marked as the number 9, and I'll just take care of him. Oh, Phil Foden's running past me. Oh man. Oh wait, Riyad Mahrez. Oh look, Bernardo Silva's just joining the attack. Oh, what? John Stones? What is he doing up here? Wait, De Bruyne. It's impossible to defend against that. So what they do with that false nine, beautiful. I love it. It's a philosophy that Pep Guardiola has brought with him to Munich and now to Manchester, and it's worked wonders in Manchester. And then in the second leg, when I see the starting 11 and I see a 4-4-2 and not a single striker in that starting 11, I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? I want to watch. I really want to watch. And what they did in that second leg, it wasn't a trademark Manchester City performance, but they defended very well. They played the long ball very effectively and efficiently. That pass from Ederson to Zinchenko for the first goal, are you kidding me? People don't talk about Ederson as a world-class shot stopper, but he is literally an 11th player in the sense of his ability to play with his feet. That ball was pinpoint perfect. It was beautiful. And then Zinchenko to De Bruyne, a couple deflections here and there. Riyad Mahrez there to finish the play. That entire back line in that second leg, that entire back line was unbelievable. Ruben Diaz defending with every part of his body. He defended some with his face. He had a lot of clearances with headers. Unbelievable. If I was a Manchester City fan, I'd be buying a Ruben Diaz jersey right now if I didn't have one already. Zinchenko, I mentioned him right now. But what Zinchenko brings to this team is an excellent work rate, good defending, and he is a pest for opposition defenses when he is attacking. He is an absolute pest. It must be annoying to play against him. I'm not a big Zinchenko guy. Never was. I don't think I ever will be. But the way that he played against PSG showed me everything I had to see. That's why he gets picked over Benjamin Mendy even when Mendy is fully healthy. That's exactly why, because those are things that Mendy can't do. That work rate from Zinchenko, running up and down that left flank, you're not going to get that from Mendy. Zinchenko does that, and it is quite beautiful to watch this entire team. We talked about Phil Foden. My goodness, Phil Foden. If Pep Guardiola says, this is the most talented player that I have ever worked with, that says something. I think that says something. Phil Foden, he's the goods, as you like to say, Chris. And just a couple more points before I finish this off. That leadership, that control of emotions that Manchester City had throughout this entire tie, it showed that they were the ones that were supposed to go through, because we talked about PSG a few minutes ago and how they didn't control their emotions. They were very erratic and they didn't necessarily behave as good as they should have. They didn't behave to the standards that they should have. How about Fernandinho telling his teammates, I think it might have been Zinchenko too, telling him, hey, we have a final to play. Relax. That's what you need in these types of games when the opposition is trying to knock you off your game and they're trying to make you fall into a trap. You got to say, no. Relax. We have a final to play. This nonsense has to stop. We'll ignore it. We're going to prepare for a final, and we need every single one of our guys to be there. We don't want them to be suspended or injured. They have to be there. And one final point, Manchester City just controlled in every aspect of this game. They controlled everything. Again, their emotions, defensively, in attack, they controlled the movements, everything. Everything. They are the deserved finalist, as is Chelsea. So we're gonna have an excellent Champions League final. Or so I hope.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, like you said. So we hope Manchester City can put any team to the sword, but I hope we rise to the occasion once more, man. We can do it. We got that magic. I feel it just like last time. But
Ooh.
yeah, man, like you said, Manchester City, they knocked PSG off. They the deserved winner of that tie. That defense looked stout. Ruben Diaz is the goods. John Stones, uh, he's come good as well. He looked like a flop at Manchester City, and he looks like a man reborn next to Diaz. And they're tough to stop, man. It's gonna take a real big effort, real big.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you one last thing before we finish this segment off. Is this the best final we could have gotten from the 4 semifinalists?
I mean, PSG is a different animal with Mbappe healthy.
Yeah.
So I think that I hated that he was hurt. I would have loved to have seen him against Manchester City, but Manchester City also looked that good, man. Like if Mbappe scored maybe one or two more, maybe who knows? But I don't know, man. Manchester City looks really good, and Real Madrid for that's it. I hope I don't offend anybody when I say Real Madrid aren't at the level that we're used to. I just think that's common. That's you can see that to the naked eye. They're just not where they're at, where they used to be. But them going against a team of that quality, like a Manchester City, that's really gonna make you pay. Because Chelsea, we beat them, but we didn't finish all our chances. Manchester City will put 6, 7, 8 past you, dude. So like
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. Especially in the final. Like I want to see a great game, and Chelsea. I feel like we can do it to them. We're barely letting any goals in. I think Rudiger, no Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and Christensen. That's the back three that Tuchel played in against Real Madrid in the second leg. Those three guys know that they're playing a back leg. Sorry, a back leg. A false nine in a one-legged tie. I think they could really try to bully those false nines. I think they're really gonna be up for it, and it's gonna be a great game. So, yeah, I think that's like you said, it's definitely the best tie that we could get out of those four.